Hello, YouTubulus. This is a demonstration on how to do a voltage test on dual batteries. First of all, you need two batteries. There's one battery. There's two batteries. There's two different ways you can wire these batteries up, series or parallel. In this demonstration, I have the batteries wired up in parallel. And what that looks like is off of my aftermarket alternator. I have a wire coming from the alternator to the positive lead of one battery, which is my cranking battery. Off of that, it's going to my fuse block, and then to a 250 amp fuse block. From there, it's going over to another 250 amp fuse block, and from there, it's going to my second positive battery post on the second battery, which is my accessories battery in this demonstration. Now, you have the option of running as far as the negative from the negative lead across to the negative lead of the first battery, but that's not necessary. In this case, I have them wired to chassis ground, as you can see down there. Chassis ground. And on this battery, I have it going down to the chassis right there. One size cables that are going to my batteries, which is the big 3 upgrade, and one positive cables, because I have a very loud stereo system with a lot of amps and it needs power. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start the demonstration voltage test on this battery, which is my cranking battery. You definitely need a auto range DMM digital multimeter. We're going to go ahead and turn on to voltage. That symbol right there. So you're going to go ahead and make sure you take the black lead, and it has to go to your terminal of the negative side of the battery. And then you're going to take the positive, the red lead, and go to the positive side of the battery. Okay, positive, negative. Go to your reading, 12.91 volts, which is really good. I'd say anything below 12.4 is pretty bad on the battery. I run marine batteries, deep cycle, because they last a long time. The alternator can keep recharging those for a long time. Okay, so my cranking battery, the first battery, is reading 12.1. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the leads on this battery. Come on over to my second battery, my accessories battery, and go ahead and do the exact same thing. Take the positive, then you're gonna go ahead and mount it on the positive post, then take your negative and mount it on the negative post. Come over here, look at our DMM. We're reading 12.91, which is really, really good. You want a reading of 12.7 or higher, you're gonna get really good results from your battery. 12.6 or higher is usually good. So 12.92 and 12.91 on that one. Okay, so you're getting a good voltage on both batteries. Now, we're gonna do a load test. In order to do a load test, you need to have the vehicle running. And so on this demonstration, I'm gonna go ahead and start the vehicle, and we're gonna see what the battery voltage is reading. And we'll start with the battery that is currently connected. So we're gonna go over here and start the vehicle. Guess I need the keys first. Okay, vehicle's running. We're gonna go ahead and see what the battery's doing. So now that the vehicle is running, the alternator is running, it should be charging the batteries. So we want to make sure that the batteries are being charged while running. As we know, when the batteries are not being ran and charged, we know that the static charge is 12.91 and 12.92. So if we look at the DMM now, we have 13.6968, give or take, which means it's a higher reading than the static test performed when the vehicle is not running, which is good. We do want that alternator to be charging your batteries. Okay, so this is my battery number 2, my accessories battery, and we're reading 13.70 now. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect these leads, and we're gonna go to the first battery and see what it's reading. Go ahead and hook up my negative, and then hook up my positive. Then we come over here to the DMM, 13.77. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and perform a load test. A load test is where you have to turn on your headlights, your stereo, any accessories that you can think of that will drain the power of your battery while running. So we're going to put the load test to the test. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my stereo, my headlights on the battery 1, and we're going to see what it reads. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the stereo. So the stereo's on. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my LEDs. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on my light bar. And you know, you can turn on your windshield wipers, but I'm not going to. My stereo and my LEDs are going to be, you know, draining some of the power enough as is. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here to the see the alternators still spinning, and the battery 1, which is my cranking battery. And as I'm gonna go ahead and turn the volume up so the amp can really start draining juice. Okay, so stereo's on. My light bar is on, and my headlights are on. So we're doing a load test. So coming over here to the DMM with those 3 devices on, you can see the DMM is jumping around. So it's taking power from the battery. At the same time, the alternator is keeping power charged to your battery. And so I'm going to disconnect this battery and go to the other battery, which is my accessories batteries. My amps and my lights are hooked up to this battery, so I'm going to go ahead and wire up the negative. As soon as I can get this thing on there. Negative, positive again. Okay. We were reading 13.88 or so on battery 1. Now we're on my accessories batteries, where my light bar and my headlights, the HIDs, and my stereo are currently connected to the second battery. As you can see, The load's a little bit lower than my cranking battery, which is battery 1, but the alternator is sustaining a good charge to this battery while the 3 devices are being ran. If you decide to power your accessories with the vehicle not running, you're bound to drain your battery a lot quicker. So your alternator does a lot of work. And I would suggest, if you do have a lot of accessories, go with dual batteries and get an aftermarket alternator to charge your batteries, so you don't have to worry about lights dimming and all that. Well, you heard it here. Go ahead and subscribe. That's how you perform a battery load test on dual batteries. Thank you.